Hello, my friends. 3D chaos. What a crazy but interesting time we are experiencing. Many are feeling the emotion of hopelessness because of the current global situation taking place. This is because the negative, low vibrational energies are being amplified, meaning this old structure is going out kicking and screaming. What we are seeing is an energy response to the false fear information being promoted by the mainstream media and by those who remain in ignorance. Many old and no longer relevant programs are breaking down to make way for a higher form, but much of humanity sees this as regressing, so in turn acting out from their level of consciousness, which usually comes from the mindset of separation and fear. Spiritual evolution is unstoppable in the 3D belief system that has governed and controlled life on earth for eons must dissolve and break down. This is our current situation. Many truth seekers knew this was coming, but never imagined the transition from this 3D dense reality to the fourth and fifth would come with so much chaos and confusion. Many envisioned this transition to be smooth and peaceful, but as I've said before, the spiritual movement back in the 60s and 70s were turning a blind eye to the magnitude of this transformation, meaning it was never going to be all rainbows and unicorns. Your best bet is to let go of any and all concepts of which you believe spiritual ascension should be, and let the divine plan play out. This ascension process is a very powerful process and can't be interfered by those that simply don't get it. Again, I will say this before those who I call the resistors are irrelevant in this transformation. Human beings ascending in our physical form has never happened before, and we are being monitored by those of planet with excitement and anticipation. If the human being would ascend from this 3D dense vibration and integrate to the higher 5D frequency without preparation, we would die. Our physical bodies could never handle it, meaning our physical system would not be capable to assimilate to it. We are clearing all this dense energy that comes with this 3D structure from our cellular memory. Never compare yourself with another's ascension process. It's all individual. Not all will be ready for this integration. In fact, they might be doing exactly what they came to do in this lifetime. Many of you worry about your family members and friends, but this is all an individual process, and you might just be interference, so let it be. You can plant the seeds, but don't take on their process. Many of these people will see these higher frequencies as invaders and will resist it, which ultimately causes them to experience negativity, extreme confusion, and fear. Allow it, surrender to it, meaning as the mind becomes accustomed to it, these fear-based emotions will subside. Also, once you surrender to these higher frequencies, your guides, your team will now see that you can take on more and more higher light data, meaning open your floodgates. The resistors have a hard time surrendering to this higher reality because it all seems contrary to the old 3D belief system. Surrendering is an evolutionary step in everyone's ascension process. The people that are surrendering and allowing this process or resonating with this information, otherwise you would not understand or even take interest in it. The ones resonating with this information have done the preparation work throughout many past lifetimes. You have studied, practiced, and experienced many different truths, good, bad, and ugly. You will have lived in convents, monasteries, you have been warriors and peacemakers. You have been male and female, rich and poor, smart and stupid. You have been healthy and sick, happy and miserable. You've been free and enslaved, now you qualify to enter this process. Basically, everyone is a spiritual being. It's just that some know it. Some see organized religion as being spirituality, but ultimately their trappings. Rites and rituals will eventually dissolve as mankind continues to awaken. There will be those who will continue to need these religious vices and their first steps to awakening, so they will not completely go away, but for most they will no longer be necessary. We are constantly battling the other sin, but there is no doubt and no other option, we will get there. Channeled by 𝗪𝗫𝗏𝗧.